Hey, what's up, YouTube? Goratha here. So today, I'm talking about Path of Exile 2. Honestly, I'm so excited to make content for this game. I'm so excited to play this game. When GGG announced it 5 years ago, it was sort of like... I was hyped for a while, right? I was like, yeah, this is gonna be something I'm gonna enjoy playing when it comes out in like a year. And then like 5 years later, it's like, the game's still not out yet. So like, it wasn't really real to me until the live stream, and then the live stream's like insane. I don't think I've ever been more excited to actually play something, and I've never been more excited to like get into something, like actually go hard into a game. It's been a long time coming, honestly. It's definitely real to me now. I kind of wanted to make this video to talk about what my plans are, like what I plan on doing with the channel, how I plan on playing the game, and in this video specifically, I'm going to talk about what I will probably end up playing as my first class slash ascendancy, just all that good stuff. And also, I wanted to talk about how I generally think about builds in PvE 1 and how I think that'll translate into PvE 2 builds. So yeah, let's get into it. So first off, I want to say I am going to go hard as possible with content. I'm going to be making lots of YouTube videos. I'm going to be playing on Twitch 24/7. I'll be playing every single ascendancy, making tons of build guides, all that good stuff. I plan playing this game for at least the next couple of years, and I'm extremely excited. I don't think GGG will let me down. It looks insane, and I can't wait to get into it. First off, I want to explain my thought process around builds and how I plan my builds. So in PvE 1, generally when I'm thinking of a build, I either choose an item I'm interested in using, I either choose an ascendancy, or like a specific skill gem. So I choose like a starting point as like something I'm really interested in trying out, like mechanics, skill gem, whatever. PoE 1 gems are a lot more interesting to build around because you only have like one or two. I think in PoE 2, it'll be, you can still build around like one gem, but the build will be more of a combo oriented type of build, so you have like more than one gem, which makes me think that ascendancies will matter more for build planning than they did in the past. In PoE 1, you can obviously plan around playing a certain ascendancy, but it wasn't necessarily like the best thing to do. Like, unless you just wanted to play that ascendancy for some reason, generally starting with like the skill gem in mind and then choosing like the best ascendancy for that was the better way to go about it. But in PoE 2, there's skill gems on the ascendancies, which you can support with actual support gems. So when you're picking a skill in PoE 2, well, you're picking an ascendancy sometimes. For example, the Infernalist, which is, by the way, this is the class I'm most interested in and looked the most interesting to me personally. Not because I think it's going to be the strongest or anything, it just has really interesting mechanics, and I'll talk about them as I continue through the video. But the first thing I want to talk about is Demon Form. So Demon Form transforms you into a demon, and you get cast speed and damage. However, you have a downside where you take damage over time. So this will actually change how you play the game. You'll build more life regen, you'll build leech, you'll build life recoup. Stuff to make sure you stay in Demon Form as long as possible, maybe even the CDR to make the Demon Form come back up faster. This will be a nice balancing act, and it's kind of something you actually scale around the Ascendancy. And then, taking that further, you also can link gems to Demon Form, because of the skill. You get a skill on your skill bar. You can link this to gems, which is insane. Like in PoE 1, you build around a skill gem. This is a skill gem in PoE 2. And the same with Loyal Hellhound. Now this minion takes 20% of the damage from hits before you, which makes you a lot tankier. And again, you can support this with support gems, and this could be very interesting. The other really interesting part about Infernalist to me, personally, and one of the problems I think you have to solve in PoE 2 with a lot of builds, is mana. So mana, from what I could tell from all the early access videos we saw, mana seems to be a big problem. I saw a lot of people run out of mana and run out of mana flask, and they're kind of just like running around with no mana to use abilities. I don't really want to get in that situation, so I want to solve my mana with whatever build I play. I think that's going to be something you have to deal with. Now, for Infernal specifically, there is an Ascendancy node that changes your mana into Infernal Flame. This is like a fire globe. It looks sick. But basically, you gain Infernal Flame when you cast a skill. Instead of spending anything, you gain Infernal Flame. Now, there's a downside. When you overflow the Infernal Flame, you take a bunch of damage. So you take a bunch of damage on your life and ES. And it's fire damage, so you can kind of mitigate that. There's another thing you can build around. You can build max fire res and take less damage from it. This synergizes really well with the Demon Form, actually, because you're already building life regen and recovery, which will help with the Infernal Flame as well. You recover that life back faster. There's nice synergy going on with the ascendancy, and there's a lot of support gems you can use with the ascendancy, and the skills and the ascendancy nodes are just really interesting. Also, the aesthetics of the class are really sick. The main thing you'll be scaling with this ascendancy will most likely be either pets, like minions, or ignite. Maybe even both, honestly. So the one pet that I saw that works really well is the summoning raging spirits. So whenever you cast a fire skill, summoning raging spirits can be summoned. It's a spirit reservation. So it's sort of like a herald from PoE1 or like an aura. You reserve mana, but instead of mana, it's spirit. And I believe you can link gems to spirit without increasing the cost. I believe it's the support gems you can link to it. So your raging spirits will just be doing a ton of damage probably. But I can see like a nice hybrid ignite build that's just using minions on the side. That could be really interesting. Now ignite actually works differently in PoE2 than it does in PoE1. The ignite is based on your hit damage, and the chance to ignite is also based on hit damage. So you want like really big, hard-hitting abilities. They have a higher chance to ignite, and they do more damage. The ascendancy node that you get from Infernalist actually gives you a bunch more like ignite damage, and it also gives you magnitude, which is I think it's just gonna be more damage. This happens whenever you're not low on Infernal Flame. You're really incentivized to spend as much mana as possible, cast as much as possible, and basically blow your Infernal Flame up. And so like you're gonna be needing to make this character super tanky. This will be a very tanky ascendancy, I think, or you have to build it that way in order to sustain the Infernal Flame and the Demon form. So I'm really interested in building around this. I think it'll be really cool. I think he'll be like sort of like a Warlock from World of Warcraft. You'll have like this super tanky caster ascendancy, and I'm looking forward to playing it. I also like Ignite as an archetype, and I think it'll be really fun. This is my current plan going into it. Now, obviously, I don't know how strong this is going to be. I don't know like if this is going to be OP or anything. I honestly don't even really care about that. It just looked really fun to play to me, and looked really fun to build around. That's kind of my thought processes around making characters, and I don't even know what skill I'm going to use, honestly. It'll probably be just a bunch of fire skills that ignite. I'll probably look into that a bit later, but this is my current plan going into it, and I'm really excited. Again, like I'll probably end up making a ton of videos for every ascendancy, and there's definitely more ascendancies I'm interested in, I want to talk about. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the Infernalist, and that's my current. Maybe it will change every day, maybe not. Like every day I'm gonna look at a new ascendancy, I'll be like, wow, this looks really fun to play, maybe I'll play this one instead. But I think going into it, this is probably the ascendancy I'll play and try out first, and I'm really excited. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and again, if you guys like this content, make sure you like and subscribe. I'm going to try to make as much content as possible for PoE2, and I'm very excited. I'm extremely excited. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video.